Yes.
Yep, hear you there. Hear you there. I went several years without a car payment, and I had to buy a new car. It hurts every time. I had my last one for 12 years. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's for your building.
Ready, Mr. Yes.
Call the meeting to order. I have 12:10 PM, Friday. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of March the 8th of 2024.
I move to approve the minutes.
The motion made to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion passes. Next item, public hearing on 623 East St. Charles, S.W. Brooks House. Let the record show that Mr. Loft has left the meeting.
Okay, thank you. My apologies for my delay. We were doing some amendments to the tax exemptions, and that's the reason why I was a little bit late. Okay, so as always, showing the principles that govern my recommendations and your decisions.
Is your microphone on?
Yep. All right. So these are the principles, the Secretary of Interior Standards, the historic districts, the survey done in 2018, the two National Register Historic Districts, the minutes that you have already approved. And, okay, so we are going to move to the Brooks House. Okay, Brooke built the house at the corner of East 13th and Jefferson Street around 1888, or at least that's the earlier reference to this house. The house was moved in 1951 to a block to the block 152, and later on 1986 to the current location. It's a National Register of Historic Places, and it's a high preservation priority ranking. So you can see here on the bottom area how it looked like. Early in the time, 1894, Samuel Brooks passed away on 1903. So really the best reference to the building is the 1894 Sanborn map. In any case, the house practically didn't change until it was moved. You can see that there was always rear additions. The 1.5-story house was complemented by additions of 1 story at the rear. And it was definitely altered. This is here, the top lot shows how it looked like when it was moved. Partially, there was a partial loose of the rear, and then at its current location, there's no rear addition towards the house. So this is the existing and proposed first floor. You can see to the left the current structure. So the idea is to complement with a rear addition similar to the one that the sample map shows. Now the only difference is that the owner is proposing a two-story rear addition that complements and fits into the house. This is the proposed and existing front elevation. It's not going to change. This is the existing rear addition, and what is proposed, you can see the two-story addition there that complements the structure. This is the east-southeast existing elevation with the balcony towards the right, the De La Fuente house. This is the proposed elevation. And this is the northwest elevation. That means the left elevation when you see the house from the front, and the proposed addition that, as you can see, it's resembling a board and batten siding. So you would see clearly on the beautiful renders that has been provided by the designer. This is towards the corner of 6th Street, okay? As the facade, supposedly you would see if there was no house at the corner lot. More views of the proposed two-story, and this is the side that is looking to the north. I think that you already know the strengths. That's this is the, the integrity is still kept from 1888 to 1903. That's the importance of the 95 sample map. We do think that is a mix of high house family with full Victorian and with Queen Anne ornaments. Those are three different things. So the property owner wants to move into tax credits, so he's going to propose this design to the Texas Historical Commission. This is an old photograph that we got from the newspaper in 1932, so 36 stories. So you can see that the house was this was at the corner of the original place in Jefferson Street. You can see the balcony and so, and the rest of the architectural features of the house. And this, and this is exactly when the house was going to be moved in 1951 to build the Immaculate Conception School. So you can see, so you can see that there's still the balconies, then it's shown kind of a French doors or probably removed French doors to the side of the entrance door, and so these are at least some clues that we can have when addressing the rehab. This is the current condition of the house. More photographs. To this side is where the two-story rear addition would be fitted, leaving the balcony area free. And this is why we think that is a mix of kind of national folk and a folk Victorian house with that kind of front gable that holds on top of the balcony. You can see here that this is the house to the right. Is the house when it was located at the corner of 13th and Jefferson Street. These are the Queen Anne, let us say, features. So you can know that naturally all the spindle work plus the architectural features of the gable are Queen Anne. So as always, Samuel Brooks was mixing several styles. We are here referring to the weakness, and the weakness was mainly that the house was used from single house to a commercial building, and that's the reason why the rear additions and so disappear from the house. And in the recent times, there has been a lack of maintenance. This is what we saw the other day with 705 East St. Charles when addressing and studying the importance of this portion of St. Charles with a lot of business. So that means that all these kind of houses have become kind of luxury within the downtown of Brownsville. And well, we don't see any kind of threat. So the recommendation is to approve the proposed rehabilitation under the following conditions. The owner has to fill out a building permit and COA. And what is more important is simply that the COE, as we always do with the people that align their interests with the THC tax credits, is that we will sign that COA with the same comments as those that are done by the THC to avoid kind of contradictions and so on, also alterations. Naturally, the property owner has already offered a continuous contact with the THC and the Historic Preservation Office to move forward into the rehab, and we already know his reputation, so there's no problem at all. And then the rest are simply typical stuff that we write to meet codes and characteristics of the French doors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to open public hearing.
Yeah, if you'll go back to the elevations. Yeah. Go. Okay, go to the one that shows the addition, the proposed addition.
This is the current.
No, not that one.
So, yeah,
Okay. This is showing board and batten on the exterior of the proposed addition.
Yep.
But this is an alternative. What Larry would really like to do is the horizontal siding planks out of a hardy plank. And if the Texas Historical Commission
Yep.
didn't particularly like that because it's too much like the existing house, then he's willing to do board and batten.
yeah.
So that's the reason why
Yeah.
this drawing shows board and batten.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. Yeah, the Texas Historical Commission used to like that the new additions and so could be resembled somehow a different kind of material. That's the reason why we put this one and not the other one. But yeah, your clarification is great because that's what is going to work. So we do think that the addition also, even when it's not a one-story, that is a 2-1 proposed, it's aligned with the ridge line and so it perfectly matches the building and also the needs, because there's no bathroom on the second floor, and this kind of space will complement ideally the existing house, and it's already located to the rear. You know, you can see here that the ridge line is exactly the same, and it really looks great, you know.
The other thing I'd like to comment on is the dormers there. They're not going to look like that in its final shape. I know this is just details, but he's going to revise the dormers so they're more representative of what the dormer should look like.
Yeah, well, what I would do is simply introduce maybe a proposal and hear from the THC what do may say regarding the whole addition. So then it just addresses with complementary with annexes to the original drawings,
Okay.
unless you provide a different
And
one.
go to the color rendering. Keep going. Let's see.
One more?
2 more. There. Okay, because the side and the back here are so plain, what he would like to do is to put some shuttered windows there that are not usable, but it would break up the monotony of just the blank walls. So I just wanted to.
Yeah, so that's an improvement. Okay.
I just wanted everybody here to know that that's something that he would like to do.
Very good.
Okay, so you've heard the explanation by Mr. Velez. Is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion made and second. Is there any further discussion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes. Okay,
Okay,
Mr.
so-
Loft can re-enter the room.
Yeah, so this is. Okay. I
Okay,
have-
the next item is the work session.
Yes, so before we start with the work session, I must say that, I mean, I just brought to you this kind of notice from the city, water conservation measures. For the very first time, Brownsville is going to probably reach level 3. And that's really something that has to be considered because there are many years since we didn't have this kind of drought. So I just put it in in your table so you can take the communication and naturally to tell to all your friends and so to be concerned and aware of this condition that we are going to have pretty soon. Going to the work session, okay, I have worked 3 areas. The recommendation from the 2018 City of Brownsville Historic Resources was to try to get the Los Ebanos into a National Historic District because the boundaries are very clear and there are a substantial number of buildings that are or high preservation priority ranking or medium. It's not only what you see there with the red and orange spots, but there are others from the 2001 survey that are also medium or already high and didn't change the ranking through the 2018 survey. So this is already recommended in the survey done to the city of Brownsville on 2018. We have done, through the BHA, we have done a walking tour through this area, and the ideal would be to move into a National Historic District, so then the help can be provided to many of the owners that own these houses if these properties are being used as income-producing buildings. So this is one of them. Then I have, well, this shows previous and in the current survey of the different, rankings, and you can see that there are a lot of properties, probably more than 60% of them that qualify to get this National Historic District exactly at the same boundary that was originally built there. Then we have what is called by Stephen Fox on his survey on 2001, the West End area, that regards to St. Charles and next streets and goes up to Palm Boulevard. Naturally, this is a huge street district. Perhaps we should have to break it in several other options. For example, the workers area towards the old railroad nearby the McNeil's Family Drive, because that was the working area of the people that used to work for the railroad. And also there were a lot of African-American houses there. So that should constitute a subsection of this area. And then the rest could be simply the West End area where significant families, Anglo-European and Mexican-American families were located on the original time. Even when the area where most of the Mexican-American families live was the south end to the east of the city until reaching practically Jackson Street and so and reaching the 13th Street. Again, I have provided these kind of areas. You can see the number of structures that are or high or medium. So, and remember that when addressing a National Historic District, at least 51% of the properties must be medium or high. So this is the ideal boundary. That doesn't mean that this boundary, such as this other, should be the ending boundary of a National Historic District there. We have to take into account this kind of minimum amount of 51% in order that you can realize what I'm speaking about. 69% of the properties in the Central Brownsville Historic District configure now the downtown area, the National District. And that's the reason, main reason is that there are some other owners that do not want to move into, preserving their buildings, and so some structures are lost during the years. So that's the reason why we should have to tackle in this west end or south end potential National Historic District a certain area reaching to more than a 65 to 70% of properties that qualify. Otherwise, we'll have the risk that those boundaries could be redrawn later and so.
Okay, go back to the, no, to the west end and to the south end. You know, what would be helpful to me is if you didn't isolate just the area, but show the rest of the map around it, so I could see exactly where this is in relation to
Okay.
other streets.
Okay, let me,
You know what I mean?
yes, This comprehends, okay. Let me go to this, to the original. Yeah, okay, we are talking about, this is the downtown area, that is a National Historic District, and there's the railroad. You see my, wait a minute. Do you see my pointer here? Okay, so, oh my. So the area that we are looking after this is the west end. This is Palm Boulevard, okay? So the west end goes from the 11th Street to Palm Boulevard on the west side of Brownsville, reaching Adams Street, and from Adams Street, again, from the 13th Street here, that is a little bit lower, to Palm Boulevard, that would constitute supposedly the south end. And that's where most of the Mexican-American established families were living around 1930s. So those are the areas. A different area should be Buena Vida neighborhood, or this one that we are not considering right now. Another day I will try to show the split between West Brownsville, that is this area, and Stillman Extension Brownsville, that is this one. Then it comes here via Villa Maria Gardens. So those are split in 3 areas. That's very easy. But the mess is this one. How do we split the west end, that is a huge area, and the south end to the right here? Okay. Actually, here is Los Ebanos, and you can see that even this area presents also some medium structures, but it's not an historic district right now.
Okay. Are there any questions have for Mr. Velez? There's a motion to adjourn. So move. The motion made to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Are adjourned.
Very good.